Hello everyone, you're welcome to BOYItech Academy. BOYItech Academy offer you both online and physical classes on Revit architecture. On this YouTube channel, we make videos to teach Revit from a beginner level to a professional level. On our previous classes, that's our level 1 classes, we have so much talked about the basics of Revit software. On level 1, we have talked about how to install Revit, how to set up your Revit software, how to even set up your libraries. We also talked about levels, how to draw your floor plans, how to go about it, editing the walls, setting some constraints, and what a few. And also we have talked about generic models where we can be able to do our some aesthetics work on the building. That's the window wood. Talk about our extrusions, our sweep designs. Also we talked about concrete fascias. Lastly, we deal with our roofing. So BOYItech is moving now to level 2, where we are going a little bit further, a little bit deeper and complex in the designs. Okay, basically level 1 we deal with bungalow design, one floor design, but in this second phase of this Revit tutorial we are going further to more than one floor designs. So precisely we'll be dealing with duplex design on this level 2. So after level 2 we're going to go into more deeper and then complex way of designing. So we are focusing on duplex design. We're going to be looking for either 4-bedroom or 5-bedroom or 3-bedroom duplex. Work on it from scratch to finish. So follow me gradually as we learn this Revit together. Okay, but before then I would love to say this thing. Okay, as you all know, Revit is one of the top software or leading software in architecture right away, because it have what BIM in mind. It have so many features, interesting features that will do with what reality in time. Okay, you need to be patient and you need to work hard to be able to get through Revit. I think years of my experience, Revit is one of the complex and most difficult software to handle in architecture. Yes, but with patience and true discipline, you can be able to model through. So I encourage you to be patient and model through. Let me interest you. Presently now, I can vow to say Revit is my most simplest software to handle. Yes, so far in architecture. Why? Because over the years, more than 5 years, I've been focusing on learning Revit. I've done so many works for people. I've earned so many money. I have worked throughout complex designs in Revit, which it helped me now to be more familiar with Revit, to be more flexible with Revit. So I encourage you, just a matter of time and patience, we are going to model through. So please and please, this is the words of encouragement before we start this second level of training. Be determined in your heart, don't run away, stay and face the challenge, because when you overcome the challenge, victory will always show up, and then people will celebrate you of that processes, that discipline, that constraint, that pain you pass through. So thank you very much. We're going to dive into our class proper. Okay, so assuming we all have Revit software in our software, we know how to launch it. You can just launch it. So all these videos, they're there in my YouTube channel. You can revisit them again, check it, and learn what you need to learn so that you can meet up with our class here. So you can open it here. I've already explained this model and then this family, how it works. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create new. I want to start new. I say everything is afresh now. I want to start new. You click on new. A template file will be displayed. You click on it. Click on architecture templates. Click on OK. It will open you up to the interface where we can be able to work. So I explained this thing to us. After opening or launching your software, the first thing you need to do is to go and set up your levels. This part is unnegotiable. So this is the first thing to do. So we're going to go and set up our levels. So the first level we set at the previous class has dealt with bungalow design, but we are going to duplex design. So the setting of the level will be a little bit different or advanced from that first one, but it's the same method, the same way of approach. Okay, so now it has opened up our floor plan. We are having our level here. Yes, we're having our level here. So I'll say firstly, let's go to our elevation. Just click on any of the elevation so that we can be able to set up our level proper. So so this is the line that we're having. So I said we're going to click on the level. Click on the level, right click on it. If you right click on it, create similar, so that we can have a more level to edit. Okay, so you can create like 10 or more than that. Since we're handling duplex design here, yes, let's go. Okay, let me add like 2 and then I'll edit the levels, so we can edit the levels together. Yes. Okay, can refreshing it, modify here. I say basically this floor level, you're going to determine it. Yes, basically, okay, sorry, the first one should be ground level. Sorry, not floor level, ground level. Okay, then our ground level is basically 0. Then the second level should be flow level. So our flow level, I'll be using shortcut or short form. So I'll be using 600 for my flow level. So from flow level now is my sea level. So my sea level, what will happen is, let me use the original, the normal window level. That's from floor level to 900. That's window level. So I will be adding it plus the 600. I'll be adding it from the 600. That's 900 millimeter plus 600 millimeter. That should be 15. Okay, 15 here. Okay, sorry, 15 should be down. That's 15 here. Then this place should be window level or sea level, as other will use it. Okay, then the next one should be lintel level. Lintel. Okay, and then I'll be clicking, I'll be adding our 1 to, that's the size of our window, the height of our window. That's all in all is 2700 millimeters. 2700 millimeters. I hope you understand the logic. So architect student will really understand it very well, because if you are building your wall from floor level to lintel level, the total height should be what? Should be door level. That should be the door height. That should be 2.1. Yes, that should be 2.1. So now if you add this place, we're going to check it so that we can be sure of what we're doing. So from here we have another 3 costs. That should be 900. It will give us what? 3,600. This should be overhead costs. Okay, so then this one should be what? Should be 3,600. Okay, from here now is our decking level. That's our deck level. Let me short form it. You add what? You add your 150 millimeter. 150 millimeter. That's for your decking. Should be what? Should be 3,750. 3,750. Okay, so we are making progress. So you click on this level again. Should be what? From your decking level now. So we are moving down to our window level. Our window level, second window level, we put second window level. Understand, ba? Yes. So and then you add plus what? Plus your 900. Plus your 900 is what? 4,650. Are we together? Are we understanding? You are going to be adding it. You're not going to be putting the direct measurement. You're going to be adding it, because you are building blocks now, so the height is going up. So that's why we are getting it like this. So the next one should be lintel 2. And then this lintel 2, we are going to plus it with 1,200. Just the way we did that first one. So we'll be having 5,850. Then overhead cost now. Yes, that's second overhead cost, or overhead cost 2. Then we'll add our 900. 900 should be 6,750. Okay, are we together? So this one we can name it to be what? Our roof. Name it to become our what? Our roof. Okay, and then the height now we can just leave it. So if you check here, let's go to annotation, where we can be able to pick up our dimension. That's our dimension here. So from our ground level to our is around 6,750. So okay, so check from this one should be our lintel level. So from our floor level to our lintel level is what? 2.1. That's the normal height of our window. From here to this overhead cost is 3 meters. Are you seeing it, ba? Okay, from this our decking level to this overhead cost is also 3 meters. And then this from here to this particular is 150. So for those people that are into construction on site, you can be able to understand this. So after having your floor level to be 600, you are having what? Your 3 meter for your first floor, another 3 meter for your second floor, and your 150 for your decking slab. Is it clear? So this is how we run this particular setting up level. I hope this is very clear. So you can be able to delete this. I just showed us so that we can be able to understand what I'm doing here. Okay, so from here we are done with setting up our level. Okay, after setting up your level, which we are done, as you all see, this is our level. We are done with setting up our level. So we are going to go to our floor plan. Under our floor plan, this is the level that we have set. You see all this information that we have set here, it have turned here. But before it was level 1 and level what? Level 2 only. But now we have edited and renamed it. So what we have renamed here, that's exactly what we are seeing here. So we are going to go to what? Your floor level. So from our floor level now, we are going to be engaging on what? Our grid lines. That's one thing I do for my, or that's the best way to approach what? Duplex design or more than one floor. Have a grid line, because what you will be having at the decking level, that's the floor level, that's the floor 1 or upper floor, might not correspond with what you are having on the ground floor. So what you are expected to do is to have a grid lines, just the way we do in school. Samba, I remember one of our teacher, yes, architect Babaji, before he even check your work, and also one of our staff, architect Harry, their first priority before you do everything is to go and grid up your lines. You have to grid up your lines, your paper, grid it in different dimensions as you choose. You can decide to go 3 meters, 6 meters grid, and decide to go 1.5 meter grid. So but that's just the basics, so that you will use that grid line so that your walls will align. You can be able to have a functional and a design that will not have problem in terms of structure. So this one is how I approach my designs, and this is just one of the best way to approach design. So you go to architecture, click on grid lines, okay. So you can be able to go like this, okay. So that's our first grid line. You can click on the line, and then you can see one box here. You can click on it. Yes. So now that we're having this line, we can be able to, let's create 3 meter or 1.5. Let's use 1.5. Let's use 1.5. Let's use 1.5. Or let's use 1.5. Or let's use 3 meters, so that the thing will not be much. Let's use 3 meter. Yes, 3 meter. You have seen the dimension here, huh? Yes, let's use 3 meter. Let's use 3 meter. Let's use 3 meter. Let's have like 10 of each, or 7 of each. So you can click here and have your grid line. But this one is subject to change, you understand? This one is just a guide, so that it will guide you and help you to get your floor plan very accurate. You can still, you have the liberty to edit this one. You can click on this one and then shift it. You understand? Yes, you can shift it the way you want. So you can still go back to architecture, and then at this particular point you click on this grid line again. You can go like this. You can rename this one. This one is one. You can rename it as A. Understand? Okay. So let's go back to grid lines and then make it at 3 meters. Are we together? Yes, let's make it at 3 meters. I'm showing you how to approach design that will really help you. Yes. Are you see? We're having our grid lines here. So after we are done, we've gotten what we want, we have to come back again and edit the grid line so that it will fall within what our wall. You understand, ba? Yes. So you click here and you finish it up. You mark it so that the grid line will be the lettering and the numbering will be out in both sides. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. So these are our grid lines, for instance. So now we are going straight to what? We are going straight to our flow. We are going straight to our flow. How to construct our flow plan. So the first thing, after you are done with creating your level, so you go on to architecture, you will click on wall. Yes, I want to give us a quick recap. So go to edit. Since this one is a new work, so we have to set it again. So let's click on duplicate, sorry, and rename it wall 230. Okay, let's go to edit. You can put the dimension, dimension of the thickness here. Go to by category. For those people that have passed this stage, yes, it's a kudos to you. You can just run it over, but for the sake of people that are joining us for the first time in this class, I want to start with this duplex design, so it's fine. This is how we go. So but I've been a little bit detailed in the first one because I was trying to teach everything in detail. But this one I've already have the class, so there's no need of going to details. I'm going to run it over briefly so that you can be able to get through the design proper. So let's to open up an interface here. You go and click on this icon, create new material, see default new material, and then you rename it wall 230, and then you go back to this other icon to set what your material. That's the asset browser to open up so that you can be able to set up your material. So you click on appearance, double click on appearance, you click on wall paints. So let me carry this color. Well, let me look for something more sweet. Cool white is okay. Yeah, let me just use this cool white. And a contemporary wall. All of our designs now in real time is white and touch of any other color. So when you're done, you can just click on apply. So you click on OK. Okay. Click on OK. So you have set what your floor. Okay, now so let's agree on what to do now. We're going to design. Let's agree. We're going to design 4-bedroom duplex. Is it fine? It's fine. Okay, one room should be downstairs, while the other 3 rooms should be at the upper stairs. So in the ground floor, what we are expected to have, let's have a living room, a set of dining, and our kitchen with our one room. And then what function are we expecting to have again? Okay, so let's assume we're going to be having a cantilever. You understand? Yes, we're going to be having a cantilever at the top. So if you know you are going to have a cantilever, so I will not start my drawing at this grid, you understand, bah? Because I'll be having a cantilever. So I'll just leave this one to be the cantilever, so I can start my drawing here. So now the first thing to do now is to create our living room now. So I'll click on here and let me use 6 meters by what? By 6 meters. Is it okay? Okay, let's use by 6 meters. Okay, sorry. Okay, so 6 meters by 6 meters living room. Okay, let me add 3 meter for our dining space, and then let's use our dining space. Okay, let me just finish it complete like this. We're having our dining space here, and then let's have what? Let's have our kitchen with our store here. You understand? Yes. Just want us to have a simple design, a free flow design. I will remove all this for a free flow design. So now let's have our entrance should be here, or entrance porch should be from here, for instance, should be 4.5. okay, as we're having 4.5 here. So this particular space will be what? Our entrance. So you open your door here, you come here, and you have what? You have your staircase here. Have your staircase here, and then from here now we'll be having one room and toilets. So from here we're having 1.5, for instance, by 3 meters. That's our toilet here. So this should be our entrance to this particular room, and then here is our staircase here. So you come here, you have your staircase here, so you go to this particular room. So from here now you can be able to decide to go to the kitchen. This is the dining side here, and then this is our kitchen. So we are done with this particular flow. So for the sake of our entrance, I want us to get some good entrance here. So I'll put like 600 block work here. So let's have something like this as our entrance here. So okay, from here now let me teach you something that is very important. So when you have your, okay, let's go to 3D first. Let's see what we have done in 3D view. Yes, see, this is what we are having. So what we're having here by default Revit, if you click this wall now, by default now, this wall, what you will be having is you will be having floor level, and then unconnected is undefined. So what you will do is you will click on what? You will click on ground level. Okay, but before then let me show you something. Undo. Let's go to decking level. You're seeing the same design now is appearing what? At the upper floor. You understand? The same design is appearing what? At the what? Upper floor. So but what we are having at the upper floor is different from what we'll be having what? At the ground floor. So what you are expected to do now here is edit the constraint, that's the level. The one that will go up, you will leave it, but the one that will be at the ground level will be at the ground level. Hello, sorry, are we together? The one that will go up, you will leave it. The one that will not go up, you make it to, you terminate the level at what? At taking level. Is that clear? Okay, so this is what we're having here. So at the floor level we're having it like this, and then the same thing at the decking level. Okay, so now let's have the picture of what we want to do at the upper floor now here. Okay, since this is our upper floor now, this is our plan. So this is our staircase now. You understand? Since this is our staircase, we're going to make this parlor to be our master bedroom. Is it okay? Yeah, we can make it to be our master bedroom. Here will still be what? The balcony for the master bedroom. So let the master bedroom be big. Okay, all we are doing here, we're just assuming. I didn't have any plan in mind. I'm just using this. I just open to start something. Let's create something. Yes, I don't want to let it be as if I'm copying a design. No, I'm not copying a design. Let's just create something simple and then let's go with it. So let's make this room to be the master room. From dining, just have the entrance to this particular place. So, and then here we want to maintain another room, and then also here we're going to design another room, for instance. So master, now we're going to create a small small family lunch here. So now I just want to temper with the grid lines, understand, but so that I can be able to show you how it can be able. I don't want to maintain the grid lines, because if I maintain the grid lines, you will not learn something here, because design can be dynamic. So if this is the case now, I can go back to my floor now. If I go back to my floor, I'm assuming here is the entrance. I will be appearing here. So from here now that I'm appearing, so I'll be appearing at 1.5. So I can click here as 1.5. So if you come here, you drop at what? At the family living. So this particular wall, let's extend this particular wall. So be okay. This particular place should be the family living as the upper stairs. And then this particular room, let's just give it what? Let's define it here and then give it a closet now. So we can make it like this, a closet. So if you enter here, you come like this. This is the room and this is the toilet here. So the master here now, if you come like this, so let's assume the master now. Let's assume we're going to be having a cantilever for the master. That's why I say, okay, the design, I want us to have a small cantilever. Okay, so since we're having a cantilever now, okay, from here, let's have the cantilever in both sides. Let's be having 1-2 cantilever. Okay, from here, let's be having another 1-2 again. So this particular, yes, so that's our cantilever at the upper floor. So from here now, let's make it to be 2.5. That should be 1 meter again. Okay, so let's make it to be 1.8. Click here. It will be 1.8, so that the room will be big a little bit. Yes. So now let's go to annotate and let's see something from here. Let's click on this and let's click on, we're having like 3.9 meters. Okay, by what? By 7 meters. I think it's okay for a room. Yeah, for a master room. For the sake of our training, for the sake of our class, let's just leave it here. You can try to make it what you want to make it. Cantilever can go more than 1.2, 1.5, 1.8. You can go. So anyone you want. So now that we're having here now, so let me show you something. You know this one now is terminating at the ground floor, bah? Yes. This one, it should be what? This one is extending now. You understand? But this one is extending. So this one is not extending. So what you will do now is you can come here. Let me start this one. You can click here and then define it. Or let's go back to our floor plan. Let's set the complete level here. Let's click on this level, this floor complete, and then make it to be what? at ground level, and then you pick this one, you take it to what? Second overhead cost. Let's make it overhead cost. That's the final level that we are having, but yes, the second one. So if you go back to your decking level, so this, anyone that you don't want it to continue, you just step it down. That's setting off your constraint. So this one, I don't want it to go up. I will come here, the top, I'll leave it at decking level. So it's no longer in this floor, but if you go to your floor level, you are seeing it. See it here. You understand? So these are tricks, and this is where so many people find it difficult to handle. So now this wall, now this one will continue, but this one will not continue. So what I will do, there is a tool that we have here that we can be able to use it. Let's go to modify. There is a tool here, modify. So if you click on the modify, you will have a particular split. This program file here, split, you click on it, and then you come to the center of this line here. You click on it. Now since you are clicking on it, now you have differentiated, or you have separated this wall from this wall. So if you click on this wall now too, you are going to take it to the decking level. So are we seeing? So here we are having what? We're having a complete flow, free flow. This one, I want it to be up, is already up. This one is already up. Everything is already up. It's only what? It's only this one that I don't want. Here I don't want it to. I will click on it again. I will also drop it. The top level should be decking level. So if you do not understand it, you can go back to my videos that I've talked on constraints, how to set constraint level. But this is exactly what I'm still doing here. So from our staircase now, you are landing in this living room here. So from this living room now, here will be open to enter this room, and then here will be open to enter this room, and then here will enter this room. So from here now, let's have a small closet. Okay, let's save the project. Let's save the project, and then I'll save it. Say 4 bedroom Revit class, 4 bedroom YouTube Revit class. Okay, and then I'll save it at BOYItech, and then Revit. Okay, Revit class. Let me create a folder. I have a folder, but I don't know where the folder is. Let me create a folder here. New folder. Okay, Revit class. Yes. So that this is the file that we're going to be working on in this phase 2 of these classes. So Revit class, I'll click on it and then I'll save it. Okay. I'll save it. Okay, so we're having this one is locked, so you can click on this particular split, and then make sure you split them. And one thing with this Revit that you are seeing, one thing with this duplex that you are seeing, you need to be very careful, because any wall you shift here or delete, it will affect the under or the top wall. So you need to be careful on which wall you are editing or you are touching. You understand, right? So, and then from here now, let me say I'll be having what? Let me extend this one. Let me create similar. Let me extend this one. Okay, let me extend this one. So this one now particularly, I don't need it here. Okay, so this one I don't need it. I'll click on here. I don't need it. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. You understand, ba? So I'll go back to my top constraint. I'll take it to what? Decking level. I'll apply. I'll not see. Okay. This one should be what? Ground level. And this one should be what? Our decking level. We'll click on it. So asking about how I'm arranging what? My floor plan. Okay, since I'm having my floor plan like this now, what next? Let me cross check it in the 3D. I show you this icon here, this house icon is what? Is the particular 3D view. Okay, so we're having here. Wow, 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 wow. Yes. Yes. So this particular wall, I don't know. Okay, that's the second wall. That's the cantilever wall that I have done the second time. So that's why it's extending. So I'll click on them all. That's why I'm saying duplex is more complex. So that's just the complexity of it. So you go to top and return it to overhead cost 2. Yes. Let's go back to top, overhead cost 2. Okay, are you seeing it? So this is what we're having now. We're having what? A cantilever here. Okay, so this is our ground floor. We have already named it. This is our entrance porch. We're having what? A direct entrance here, our staircase here. So here now that we're having our staircase, you come and click on here, because here should be open. Understand, right? Here should be open. Okay, let me just click on here. Here should be open, and then here is also what? Is also open. So this one now, you take it, instead of making here to be at the decking level, so it's this one that you take it up now. You click on it, you take it to what? Maybe overhead cost as beam level. You leave it at beam level. This particular wall should not be here. You take it to what? Overhead cost level. Just leave it there. I'll be resting there. So here we're having what? Our staircase. Here should be open. So you still click on here, click on the split bottle, you pick on, and then you take it what? To lintel level. Okay, overhead cost, or maybe lintel level, and then one cost ahead of it. That's 230. That's one cost ahead of it. So that's our lintel level. So here is door. This place I'm leaving is door. This particular place now, just take it now to overhead cost 2. Overhead cost 1, and leave it there. Sorry, I will take it. Let me undo it. The base level, you take it up to overhead cost 2. Okay, so this is our floor plan. For the sake of, let me not have a long form video, so let me be breaking it gradually. So we're going to stop here. Then on the next video, I want to be working on doors and windows. Okay, thank you very much. If you found this video very interesting, you can share it to your friends so that they can come and share from the knowledge. Then click on the notification button so that you can have notification anytime I post video on this our YouTube channel. So thank you very much. We'll meet at the next class. Still remain BOYItech.